At this point, you have received your HydraTherm moist heat device. It comes in a pristine, nice white carton with foam inserts to protect the device from shipment. There is a slot at the bottom where you unstaple and pull the bottom of the box away from the base of the box, and you'll be able to lift the carton right off, saving your back and any risk from injury. When you do lift the carton off, you will notice that you will have, between the wheels on the device, you'll have a series of 12 packs. You'll have 3 oversized packs, you'll have 3 cervical packs, 3 17 by 11 packs, and then 3 of our universal packs. When you lift up the lid, inside the lid, in between the racking system will be your power cord, and also your user manual, your quick start guide, your quick clean guide, and your warranty card. Don't forget to fill out your warranty card. If you don't have any of that information, it is easily located at richmarweb.com. Just look up HydraTherm and you'll see the PDF documents there. Once you receive your device, again, there's some other configurations you'll need to do. Your device comes 2 different ways. We configure it either into a standard system or a deluxe system. The easy way to figure out if you have a deluxe system is that the deluxe system comes standard with this side table rack. If you happen to purchase a standard system, this side table rack is available as an option. Just contact your local dealer and he can get you the pricing information on how to add that. It is really simple to add by just screwing it to the side of the unit. The other thing that separates the deluxe from the standard system is that the unit can come either with a pump or without a pump. The basic difference is that conventionally old hydroculators or moist heat devices used gravity to empty the water from the tank. We've added a powered pump to help assist you in getting your water out of your device and take it to any sink to make it easier and less time consuming to empty your device. The device comes configured with 2 different racking systems. We have a traditional racking system, which is a plastic version of what you're used to seeing in old style hydroculators. It's just a plastic version of that wire racking system. We also have innovation that we created this divider system. How you know the difference is that this divider system has a little handle system. It allows me to reach into the device, pull the pack up to get to the water line so I can access it much more easily and not have the need to have tongs hanging from my side of my unit to grab and pull packs out of. When I look at the system, there are 6 slots, and you need to configure your racking system with these clip-on shelves. So what I do is I go to slot 5 and 6 and I pull out the complete divider. There's this simple little clip-on shelf that I want to make sure is at the bottom. And the reason being is that when I try to pull up on this divider system to pull the pack up out of the water, that you need this bottom shelf to lift the pack up. If you don't put it in place, when you lift the last divider, a pack may slide underneath, inhibiting you access or not letting the shelving go all the way back down to its start point. My hints from Heloise is then to pull all the different clipping shelves out of the system and store them. You'll end up with 2 additional clip-on shelves. You'll then configure your unit. Again, what I've found works best with my customers is that I try to get them to move from a landscape orientation to a portrait style application. I find that this always works because then it puts the top of the pack right at the top of the water line, again, giving you much better access to the pack when you're trying to pull it out for use. What I also do is I marry certain packs together. So if you take slots 1 through 3, and then for one style pack, and then I always start with slots 4 through 6. What I do is I marry the oversized with the universal pack, and you'll notice how easy those slide into locations. So my back 3 slots will have all the oversized and all universals. In slots 1 through 3, I will take and marry one cervical with one standard, and you'll notice how easily these slide into place. Again, the idea is that the top of the pack will be at the water line. We'll access and be able to pull it out without having to use tongs, and they'll slide back in. We configured the rack. Put the clip shelves where we needed to put them. We have the packs where we want them located, but we're about ready to put water in, and there's one thing you have to check before we go ahead and do that. On the standard unit, you will have a single hose bib in which you will have a green empty valve in which that you will want to make sure that that valve nozzle is not in a parallel position, but located in a perpendicular position or the off position. When you go to fill water, if you have it in a parallel position, it'll start to gravity empty on you, and you think you have a leaky tank, and it's just the valve is on. The Lux system has a pump. It has a little bit different configuration. That pump is to help push the water out to drain into any sink. But what makes it different is that we put between the pump and the water tank, we put a filter. So what happens is you have a different drain valve in a different location. So again, if we're going to make sure before we fill with water that this is not in a parallel location but perpendicular so that water won't pass through. We tuck everything back underneath to get it out of the way so you don't run it over with a wheel of the unit or step on the end point and crack that valve. You want to take the device, plug it in, and we're ready to apply power. You have an option here, on here, a toggle switch that either leans towards drain for emptying when we go to clean the device, or actually putting it towards heat to apply heat to the thermostat. Then you have a toggle switch that has on and off. We would switch that on and you would see the yellow light illuminate, and it's ready to go. You may have noticed in your quick start guide, or if you happen to read the manual, that we recommend the use of distilled water. There's numerous reasons why we do recommend distilled water. Number one, city water does have fluoride in it, which acts similar to chlorine, which will again deter or lower your life of your packs in your unit. But also, most water has some type of contaminants, be it iron, calcium, and all that. You may have noticed that build up on your device, your older hot pack units, and on the stainless steel devices, you'll see the white powdery thing. We just feel that if we eliminate all that, your device will last longer and you won't have to clean it as often. The one thing we forget from basic chemistry class back in junior high is that the one property of distilled water is it does not conduct electricity. We have a safety feature built in here called the high limit switch. If the water was to evaporate out of the device, we get into a situation where the heating element may get exposed and cause a condition for a fire to break out. What we did was we put if you look down in the middle of your third slot, you'd see a $half size little bronze medallion that's called a high limit switch. What we need a little bit of ions from regular tap water, because again, distilled water doesn't conduct electricity, for that low limit switch to work correctly. If for the scenario that you did not have enough tap water in, you would see a little red dot. That red dot tells you that the switch has been activated and there's no power going to that heating element. So that's possibly why your unit does not have the heat that you're expecting when you walk into the clinic.